everyone thought Facebook was simply a place to reconnect with old friends and share photos. They were wrong. Behind the familiar blue interface, an invisible engine quietly grew. An engine built to capture our attention, predict our behavior, and profit from the patterns of our lives. It repackaged intimacy as content. It turned conversations into scrollable moments. It treated human curiosity like a commodity. Tonight we follow the invisible threads from dorm room novelty to a global nervous system. And we ask one simple question. What did we trade for the convenience of being always connected? In 2004, Facebook began as a digital yearbook for college students. Imagine a small dorm room, a laptop glowing with faces and names. People posted photos from parties, typed short status updates, and sent private messages. It felt intimate because it was small and familiar. But every friend request, every profile picture, every click left a trace. Engineers collected data to improve the experience. Which posts people liked, what photos made them linger, which updates prompted comments. Those metrics were meant to refine a product that felt human. They also created an early feedback loop. Designers learned how to make people feel visible. They learned how to encourage them to share more. They learned which small changes increased time on the site. The transformation was gradual. People embraced convenience before they understood the scale of what they were creating. The social shift that no one noticed. Growth changed everything, but not all at once. Facebook added features like News Feed, the like button, pages, and mobile apps. Each innovation seemed helpful and harmless. They promised better ways to stay in touch. They promised easier ways to discover content. The key shift was subtle. The product began optimizing for engagement. Feed algorithms ranked posts to show what would keep people scrolling, liking, and sharing. Interfaces were adjusted based on millions of tiny experiments. What we saw became shaped by invisible decisions made by product teams. At first, it felt like an improvement. More of what we wanted, more of what felt relevant. But over time, those optimizations reoriented social life. Conversations that once developed organically were replaced by bite-sized interactions engineered to capture split-second attention. When a behavior worked for a subset of users, it was propagated and refined across hundreds of millions of accounts. At the center of this transformation sits the algorithm. It is an unseen, continually learning system deciding which pieces of content appear on your feed. It is a tangle of machine learning models, ranking signals, and constant A/B tests. The algorithm evaluates thousands of signals for every post. Who posted it? When it was posted? What reactions it receives? How long people view it? Whether viewers scroll past or stop. Each signal alters future rankings. Crucially, the algorithm's objective is not truth or well-being. It optimizes for engagement. Time spent, clicks, shares. Engineers translate business goals into numerical objectives, and the models pursue those objectives relentlessly. Content that triggers strong emotional responses tends to perform better. Polarizing opinions, sensational headlines, and emotionally charged stories attract more attention than measured, nuanced discourse. The invisible machine favors what hooks us, not what helps us flourish. Advanced system behavior. Over time, Facebook's methods became more sophisticated. Signals multiplied. Likes, reaction emojis, video watch time, dwell time. Dwell time, the seconds you hesitate on a post, became a critical input. Machine learning models built profiles, clusters of interests, predicted behaviors, likely emotional responses. The system learned to anticipate what would move you before you consciously decided. This led to powerful feedback loops. Creators and publishers noticed what performed well and adjusted their content accordingly. Sensational headlines and outrage-driven narratives began to outperform careful reporting. Misinformation spread because it was often simpler, more emotionally charged, and more shareable than factual nuance. The platform tried measures like fact-checking and demotion, but those measures often collided with the underlying economic incentive. Attention is currency, and it rewards the most reactive content. The digital empire. Facebook's growth turned it into a digital empire. It reshaped media, business, and politics. Small businesses found customers they could not reach before. Grassroots movements organized across borders. Communities of rare interests discovered one another. For millions, Facebook became a marketplace, a town square, and a news source all at once. Yet, centralized control over that infrastructure concentrated power. Decisions made by a small set of engineers influenced what millions learned about elections, health, and safety. Platform policies and ranking tweaks could amplify voices or silence them, intentionally or not. Global events played out differently because a single platform prioritized certain signals. That concentration of influence raised critical questions about governance and accountability. The hidden cost. Every technological advance has trade-offs. With Facebook, some costs were visible early. Data breaches, poorly secured databases, misuse of personal data. Other costs were subtler and accumulated over time. First, privacy eroded. People traded intimacy for convenience and didn't fully grasp how their data would be used. Data about friendships, habits, and preferences was used to target ads, political messages, and emotionally manipulative content. Second, mental health costs emerged. Endless exposure to curated highlight reels elevated feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and depression for many young people. The platform's reward mechanisms, likes and shares, created external validation loops that reshaped self-worth. Third, democracy suffered. Viral misinformation, foreign influence campaigns, and hyper-targeted political advertising exploited micro-level behavioral data. Tools built to connect people were repurposed to manipulate civic discourse. These harms were not accidental side effects. They were foreseeable consequences of systems designed to prioritize growth and engagement. Addressing them requires changes in design priorities, regulation, and user expectations. Attention fragmentation. Effect: attention is a finite resource. Facebook played a starring role in fragmenting it. Notifications pinged, autoplay videos pulled focus, feeds constantly refreshed. Users learned to consume in short bursts. Multitasking felt normal. Deep work and long-form thinking became harder. This fragmentation changed how information circulated. Short-form, emotionally charged posts thrived because they matched fragmented attention spans. Complex ideas, investigative reporting, and long debates lost ground. Educational content and thoughtful conversations require extended attention. They became disadvantaged. On a societal level, attention fragmentation undermines collective problem solving. When our attention is constantly divided, sustained civic deliberation and deep learning become harder. A world rewired. The consequences ripple beyond screens. Culture, commerce, and politics adapted to the new logic of the attention economy. Newsrooms reorganized around what could be monetized on feeds. Brands learned to speak in micro moments. Political campaigns adopted micro-targeting and rapid response strategies. Social norms around privacy, friendship, and self-presentation evolved. At the same time, Facebook enabled remarkable possibilities. Diasporas maintained connections across continents. Organizers mobilized relief efforts and protests. Small creators reached global audiences without traditional gatekeepers. For many, the platform created livelihoods and communities that would not otherwise exist. The wrenching part is that the same system that empowered also exploited, often in ways difficult to see until the consequences accumulated. Closing reflection. As we step back, remember this: Facebook's power is not destiny. The architecture of our digital public square is human-made. Human choices shaped its incentives. We clicked, liked, and shared. And in doing so, we participated in creating the environment that now shapes us. So, what can we do? Demand transparency about how ranking systems operate. Push for design that prioritizes meaningful interactions over endless engagement. support rules that protect privacy, and limit exploitative micro-targeting. Cultivate personal habits that preserve sustained attention. Scheduled device-free times, curated follows that reduce noise. Technology can amplify the best of us as easily as it amplifies our worst impulses. The question is whether we will accept a default that optimizes for attention and immediate reaction, or whether we will reclaim a vision of online life oriented toward depth, truth, and human flourishing. The systems are powerful, but not immutable. If we want a healthier public sphere, we must insist on it, in law, in product decisions, and in the daily choices we make about where we place our focus. Thank you for listening.